All right, guys, so we're out there smallmouth fishing. The weather continued to get a little worse, and we had 4 guys in the boat, so we were battling some waves, and I didn't want to make a run down the river to get to some more smallmouth, so we decided to duck into some bays and go after largemouth. The largemouth fishing up here in the upper state New York is phenomenal. If you've never done it, I recommend it. Get around pads, weeds, docks, rocks, anything shallow in bays with a sand mix, and you're gonna take some bites. I mean, it's a lot of fun. Now, they don't grow like 8, 10, 12 pounders up here, but they have a lot of fish. They're a lot of fun to catch. So that's what we did. We pulled in, and immediately I tied up a bee crawl swim jig. So that you can see right there, I got a nice little natural crawdad, kind of a perch looking color, put on a 3.5-inch chunk craw, and immediately started catching a few. We both, Corey and I, he had another swim jig rigged up. We were both throwing the brand new Siglon PE AMZ 60 pound, which you're like, a swim jig, really? But I mean, like I said, these largemouth up here in this part of the country, little unpressured, and we were reeling it through some pads and things like that, some heavy grass. So we went with that. The rod that I chose to throw it on was a brand new 7'3" multi-purpose Brent Ehrler designed AGS Tatula Elite multiple purpose rod with the Steez A. So this is actually the first time I've ever thrown a Steez A, and I can tell you this combination right here, I think the weight of this 3/8 ounce bee crawler weighs more than the rod and reel. That's what it feels like to me anyway. So super smooth, castability is phenomenal. Sometimes when I was casting against the wind, it helps prevent backlashing. Drag was awesome, just a really nice, I mean, look at the aesthetically looking, that is a nice setup right there. And then, braid I talked about, Corey was throwing the same kind of thing. And then we switched up, and here's what's cool about this. So this was my swim jig rod setup. Corey has the Cara frog, because we eventually got into some mats and some nasty, matted, cheesy kind of stuff, and we started taking some shots on some frogs. Corey is throwing the same rod for the frog, which is, I mean, it's a multi-purpose, versatile rod, right? Same 60-pound braid. He's throwing a regular Tatula reel, 7:3 to 1 gear ratio, same 60-pound AMZ braid, and a black Cara frog. But I just thought that was really cool. He landed a few fish on that same 7'3" multi-purpose versatile rod. So if you get into a bind and you're out swimming a jig, you're out throwing a spinnerbait, and you go, man, I wish I had a rod to throw a frog on. This can handle it. But me, on the other hand, I was, I guess, prepared, even though he traveled all the way from California, so I'll give him a break on that. I have the brand new AGS 7'4" frog rod designed by Ish Monroe. So that's what I had rigged up, the same 60-pound line. I have the version 1 of the SVTW Tatula. So the reason I like it for frogs, things like that with throwing bigger baits is because it's got bigger paddles. I'm throwing the 7:3 to 1 gear ratio. And this rod right here, first bass I caught on it was today. I'm not gonna lie to you, I just got him a little while ago. Has the right power, the right castability. So a lot of times if one missed it, if you have too long or too short of a rod or too heavy, too soft, you're not gonna be able to place that frog back where it goes. And so that rod, that length was perfect for me to allow me to pinpoint that next cast if one came up and slurped it, missed it, what have you. And then the Jackal Cara frog. So I'm a big fan of this frog. It looks small compared to other frogs, on the market, but that's why I like it. It still weighs 5/8 of an ounce, so it's gonna compress those mats, but a fish has to eat a lot less of it to get those hooks. And those hooks right there, I promise you, I've caught them up to 9 pounds on that frog hook right there. Now when these dole out, I will swap them over, put Trocar replacement hooks in there, 3/0. But that tree frog color, I mean, up north, if you're coming anywhere in the northern part of the country, you have black, you have tree frog, you put on some braid, a good heavy, medium heavy to heavy action rod. I recommend in that 7 to 7'6" range, depending on your height. And just go find some grass, find some pads, find some docks, whatever, and go have fun. So make sure and enter the gear giveaway and tune in to the prior vlogs, because if you haven't, you're missing out on some great opportunities for some awesome product by Daiwa, Sunline. I don't even know what we got going on, but yeah, stay tuned. We're still having a lot of fun here at the St. Lawrence.